ECAT's production of OA Sports are provided by Morse Insurance, Weinstein & Keach, we sell real estate, Michael Associates, Ltd., the Easton Lions Club. ECAT would like to thank all the sponsors for support of producing OA Sports.
Hello and welcome to tonight's Oliver Ames varsity boys soccer matchup against Mansfield. Late in the season here, teams jockeying for position for seeding, both Mansfield and Easton qualifying for the postseason. Oliver Ames in the 1 position, Mansfield in the 12th position. Bringing these two together for this end of Hawkmock season matchup where teams are matched up alongside the teams of their strength. So this is number 1 and number 2 in the Davenport. Oliver Ames already locked in with the Davenport Championship on this undefeated season so far. Game starting directly at 5:30. Teams are actually on the field a few minutes before they whistle. Mansfield and Oliver Ames meeting earlier in the season. I think it was the first or second or third game of the season. Dylan Fisher breaks forward, looking for Walsh. Walsh battling, comes away with the ball, gets the ball forward to Henjani. Henjani on his own, but against 3 players. Controls the ball into the corner. No one the Bucks to cross to yet. Does an excellent job winning a corner. Excellent work by Cyrus Henjani there. First attacking opportunity for the game here. Henjani looks like he'll be the one to take the corner kick. As I was saying earlier in the season, 1-0 win from Oliver Ames in Mansfield. This is Mansfield's first time here in Easton. Chilly night. High 50s, should be low 50s by the end of the game. Here comes Henjani's kick. Right to Babanicas' head, goes over. Brass tries to get hold of it, but cleared away by Mansfield. Here comes Mansfield counterattack down the right-hand side. Gavin and Landaverde back. Brass down the right-hand side, looks for Walsh. Walsh not getting to the ball in time. Cleared away by Mansfield. Mansfield pressed by Harrison, but Oliver Ames moving the ball around well in the defense, despite that forward right in between to center backs Landaverde and Ryder Mercieri. Mansfield controlling the ball all the way back through the midfield, back to defense, long ball forward. Landaverde will be there to pick it up, or watch it roll out of bounds on the left-hand side for Oliver Ames throw-in. Lucas Alama still injured and on the bench, it seems, so our starting defense is going to be Bailey Gavin, Landaverde, Ryder, and Bailey Gavin. And Johnny dribbling across the defense. Finds a Fedorchik coming down the right-hand side. Fedorchik gets around his player, gets to the corner. Crossing opportunity, low cross. Well taken by the goalkeeper, Lansbury Casey, who's been spectacular this season. Mansfield playing the ball directly through the box. Gavin off his line to get to it. Fans still getting into the stadium here, both a volleyball game and a soccer game the same night. Oliver Ames having a hard time settling. Landaverde and Braz working to try to get that ball out of the defense. Just sprung forward, but Mansfield's there to take it. Mansfield again with control in the center. Around Fisher, up forward to Harrison. Fedorchik gets it, pushes it back to Ryder, who just launches the ball out. Ball will land for Henjani. Henjani undercuts his player. No call from the referee, but Mansfield still comes away with it. Babanikas takes it back. Mansfield with some sleek passing on the left-hand side, but Mercier is not fooled. Gets to it, clears it out. Ball cleared. Walsh now on it. Tries to slide it through to Ikanaru. Couldn't find him. Mansfield, probably Easton with the biggest chance of the game so far on their corner kick, but I will say Oliver has a hard time stringing together one or two passes so far, other than that defensive maneuvering they had earlier. Mansfield gets us restarted with a throw. Crosses the field to the left-hand side. Fedorchik pressing his man tightly. Connor Fernandez. Now back across the other side of the field. Mansfield still looking for a way through. Ball into Harrison. Great take by Mercier on the back line. Still no clearance and no midfield control from Oliver Ames. Mansfield still in control of the ball. Oliver Ames having a hard time getting out of their defensive zone here. We'll have an offensive throw from Mansfield on the right-hand side. Long throw into the box. Landaverde first to it, but back to the thrower. High cross coming across the box. Offsides call on Mansfield. That'll be Oliver Ames taking a breath and trying to get their positioning, especially in the midfield here. Seems a little broken up so far today. Ball only as far as Ikanaru, who has to smash it back in for Mercier. Mercier has to chase that ball all the way into the corner. Again, launches it long. Mansfield first and second to the ball. Fedorchik will get us restarted here, but midfield for Oliver Ames looking a little lifeless here in the beginning of the game. Fedorchik to Fisher. To Braz now. Braz cannot connect to Babanikas. Here comes Mansfield again. Brandon Gardner on the ball. Pushes back into the defense. Right-hand side. Mansfield still trying to feed the ball to Harrison. Mercier keeping that defense together so far until he pushes it forward to Braz. Now Walsh down the left-hand side. Into the box. Looks for Halama. Can't connect. Ball cleared out for an Oliver Ames throw-in. Throw coming in from Gavin. Oliver Ames players setting up in the box. Bounces over a bunch of players. No one gets their head or a foot to it. Eventually, Mansfield clears it out after a few bounces. Fedorchik fighting for the ball now to keep it in the offensive zone. Pushes forward to Walsh. Walsh gets to it. Rips across. Picked up well by the Mansfield defense. And Johnny was waiting for that ball, looking his chops. He was absolutely about to smash that in if that Mansfield defender did not get there. Here comes Mansfield through the midfield. Nice back check by Josh Braz. Gets it back to Landaverde. Landaverde safely back to Mercier. Good movement there defensively from Fedorchik to get it over to Landaverde. Now Gavin on the ball. Mansfield gets the ball at midfield on a pass that Babanikas couldn't get over to Ikanaru. Here comes Mansfield. Lots of room to run down the field. Picked up by Babanikas. Well done. Gets it over to Walsh. Space to move on him. Knocks it off the defender and out of bounds for an Oliver Ames throw. Long throw from Fedorchik. Header goes backwards through the box, and Johnny might shield that out. Tries to get it over to Walsh. Gets his foot to it, but Lansbury Casey's right there to pick it up. This game, a battle between two of the best goalkeepers in the Hawkmock. Gilson and Casey. Gilson only get. Here comes Hanjani with a chip. Gets it over Casey and off the post and out of bounds for a Oliver Ames corner kick. Oliver Ames beginning to get their footing, beginning to push forward offensively, looking for opportunities to get that ball in. Big chance there for Hanjani. He'll get us restarted here on the corner kick on the right-hand side. As I was saying, lots of great goalkeeping on both sides of the field here. Lansbury Casey's been called on a few times already to keep Oliver Ames out of the back of the net. Here comes Hanjani's corner. Chipped to the back post. Knocked away by Mansfield. Fisher's there to knock it back in. Gets it to Braz. Braz turns against his defender. Ball out to Hanjani. Wonderful shot. Ricochets off. Babanikas couldn't get that ball in. We have a whistle now. I believe that's going to be an offsides call on Babanikas. Or no, it looks like they're calling for a corner kick out that left-hand side. Oliver Ames really strong looking for these goals here. Chances for Hanjani, Babanikas, and Walsh so far. Mansfield looked like the better team for the first 5 minutes. Oliver Ames turning it on now. Really pressing high. No one from Mansfield outside of the box. They are defending against this goal vigilantly. Here comes the kick short to the near post. Knocked out of bounds by Braz. That's going to be a goal kick coming out from Mansfield. Mansfield first substitution for the game. Looks like Dom Nassif, one of their top goal scorers, coming off the field. OA only giving up 6 goals all season. Mansfield only giving up 10 all season. So both these teams great defensively and great goalkeepers. Here comes Babanikas, springing Walsh. Walsh goes into the box, picked up by a Mansfield defender and out of bounds for an Oliver Ames throw. Fedorchik's coming down to take that long throw in. Babanikas being marked super tightly the majority of this game when OA has the ball. Here comes the throw for Fedorchik. Over everybody, knocked out by Mansfield. Braz gets it. Gets it back to Landaverde, who has to step forward, but keeps control of the ball. Fisher out to Fedorchik. Fedorchik tries to launch across, picked up by Mansfield. Launched out, but well taken out of the air by Mercieri. Instead of chasing that ball to the corner, he brought it right down to his feet. Long ball for Walsh and Hanjani. Mansfield gets it, knocks it out. Icanaro to Hanjani. Hanjani springs Walsh, getting to the corner. Wins a corner kick for Oliver Ames. Here we go again, another corner kick for OA. Coach Barada calling in the shot to, the strategy to Hanjani. Babanikas taking that Halama roll, standing super close to the goal. Walsh back post, couple taller players out at the top of the box. Ball comes right to Lander Casey's hand. Walsh tries to get a foot to it as it bounced out, but Casey recovers, gets that ball corralled. Huge punt from Lander Casey. Landaverde gets his head to it.
It is too much? Yes.
Second ball, though, picked up by Mansfield as they settle defensively. Ball launched forward quickly, out of bounds for an OA throw. Throw gets to Hanjani. Hanjani tries to flick it onto Walsh. Defender right on his back. Giordano right on his back to get the ball to Mansfield. Now they've got to throw it about midfield. 15 minutes gone, 0-0 here at Muscato Stadium. Number 1 in the state ranked Oliver Ames versus number 12 Mansfield. Mansfield, despite being tied for 3rd place in the Davenport, is actually the second highest ranked Division II team. Walsh flicks it on to Hanjani. Hanjani, slow pass to Braz. Braz tries to get around the defender. It's taken down from behind. That'll be an Oliver Ames kick at midfield. The importance of self pieces in soccer cannot be understated. Despite this being well outside of any shooting range for Mercier, you're seeing a bunch of players begin to gather at the top of the box. Mansfield completely behind the ball. Here comes the chip in from Mercier directly to the goalkeeper. Johnny got knocked down in the box running towards it. Was asking for a call. Referee's not listening. Icanaro now on the ball. Gets it back to Fisher. Out to Fedorchik. Fedorchik down to Walsh. Walsh gets it, picks his head up, has to go back to Fedorchik. Nice job retaining the ball. Good job. Great work from Fedorchik to dribble away from the player and get that pass off. Switching fields now, up to Gavin. Icanaro looking for options. Man on his back. Controlling and shielding the ball well. No one showing up for him, though. Great job by him turning out of pressure, getting it to Braz. Now to Fedorchik. Plenty of space to run and players in the box to pass it to. Knocks it forward to Babanikas into the corner. Babanikas turns back, finds Braz just outside the top right-hand side of the box, top left-hand side of the box. Here comes the chip in. Cross goes across the goal, and Johnny fighting for it. Looks like he'll get to it before it gets out of bounds. Turns in looking for options. Tries to push back to Walsh. Pass off the mark, but Oliver still fighting for it. Fisher wins it, gets it into the box. OA doing a good job getting control of this game after the first few minutes. Here comes Mansfield, though. Knocked out of bounds for a Mansfield throw-in. 2 substitutions setting up. One for Mansfield, one's for Oliver Ames. Johnny coming out. I believe that's Jack Donahue coming in. Yes, at 41. I can see that as he turns it back to me. Long throw-in from Mansfield. Picked up by Fisher. Smashed long for Donahue. He's got Walsh backing him up. Shields it. Controls it. Waiting for the rest of the offense to show up with him. He's got Walsh in the center, but just Walsh so far. Fights, loses that ball out of bounds for a goal kick. Donahue did a pretty good job there shielding and holding on to that ball without losing possession for so long, but not a lot of players arriving for him. Here's Walsh, the ball just outside the box. Chips it through to Donahue, picked up by the Mansfield defense. Walsh fights forward again, wins the ball, gets it over to Braz. Braz's pass back to Fedorchik, not what Fedorchik was expecting, but he corrects, pushes it back to Mercier. Gilson under pressure, ball at his feet. Gets it out to Landaverde. Chip long across half. Walsh can't get to it. Mansfield gets it in the center. Landaverde flying out of defense to get that ball. Pushes it forward to Donahue. Hard foul there by Babanikas. Mansfield get a free kick just over in there, just at the top of their defensive third of the field. Fedorchik fighting, wins it from 2 players, knocks it off Mansfield player Cody Silver. Freshman's a sturdy freshman right there, Cody Silver. Ball across, Gilson with the ball at his feet, pressure by Silver. I'm sorry, forward. I took the F as freshman, sorry. Babanikas, 2 players on him, gets it back to Fedorchik, pushes forward to Braz. Right, good vision by Fedorchik. Braz gets it forward to Donahue. Donahue's got Braz sliding down. Got Walsh and Icanaro in the box, turns back against the defender, wins a corner kick. Donahue over to take that corner kick. Fedorchik coming in, Landaverde and Gavin staying back for Oliver Ames. Cody Silver, only player for Mansfield, playing in a forward position now. He's being called back into the box. Not a single Mansfield player outside of that box. Here comes Donohue's kick. Low. Braz gets his touch to it. Ryder Mercier coming right through the center. Knocks that ball into the goal. 1-0 Oliver Ames. Excellent kick on by Braz. Heads up play by Mercier to get that ball into the goal. Mansfield rushing to get that ball back to center. Oliver Ames players need to get their head up and get back. OA1, Oliver Ames. OA1, Mansfield 0. 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes to go in the first half. Substitution coming on now for Oliver Ames. Cameron coming on for Walsh. Landaverde back to goal scorer, Ryder Mercier. Mercier pushes it back kind of to nowhere. Landaverde has to fly back. Does get it to Gavin with a ton of pressure on him. Great work by Oliver Ames correcting off that errant pass by Mercier. Chips it long to Cameron. Can't get to it in time. Out of bounds. It'll be a Mansfield throw-in. Both teams jockeying for some level of control here at center. Mansfield comes away with a throw-in. Donahue driving into the defense. Calls for maybe grabbing a jersey or something. Can't quite tell what he's being called for there, but that'll be a Mansfield kick. Top of their defensive third. Mansfield's season, I would say, is probably disappointing for them after having such a successful season last year. The weird thing about the season when you look at it is they've lost to a bunch of opponents that, on paper they should have beat, and they beat a bunch of opponents that, they should have had a real competitive game with. So, from what I could tell, some late goals in games that they were tying ended up losses against teams like Canton, Foxborough. Nonetheless, they're still 12th in the state for seeding for the playoffs, so definitely in contention, depending on how the rest of the season goes, to hosting a home playoff game. Hockomock showing up well in Division II standings. OA at 1. King Philip at 7. Mansfield 12. 14 Stoughton. Sharon, Canton. All teams currently in the playoff position for Massachusetts playoffs, which will start in a week or so. Timeout here from Mansfield. Still about 18 minutes to go in the first half. As far as goal scorings go, both teams in the middling 20s. Good offensive production, but not great. Though 7 of Mansfield's 23 goals were all against Taunton, so certainly a feast on that day, but might not show out in the numbers in terms of how many goals they're really scoring per game. After this game, or with this game and into the next two, OA with a big 3 games against real solid opponents, and that's the way the new Hockomock League is set up, plus the annual OA Concord Carlisle game. So Mansfield today, Concord Carlisle here at 10 a.m. on Saturday, and then Attleboro Tuesday of next week to finish off the season. Mansfield still has this game and then 3 more after this to close out their season, so playoff seeding not locked in. Teams still need to score. They still need to win. Donahue. Forward to Cameron. Out of bounds. Mansfield throw. Mansfield trying to fight through all of Ames' defense. Call for, I believe, out of bounds on the right-hand side. Gavin will get us restarted with a throw. Mansfield comes away with that throw in with some level of control at midfield. Donahue gets it over to Bob Bonikas, though. Cameron trying to fight through his defender, loses the ball, but Braz gets the knockout by Mansfield. Fisher gets over to Fedorchik in plenty of space. Time to pick up his head and make a decision. Picks his head up, doesn't see what he likes, gets it back to Fisher. Fisher turns on a player. Gets it forward to Braz. Braz tries to get it forward to Cameron, but just on separate pages there as to the direction that pass should have gone. Excellent play by Fisher, getting that ball forward to Braz. Braz guarding the seat there, one of Mansfield's better offensive players, deep back there. Donahue showing up at midfield, getting the ball back, winning a free kick for Oliver Ames. Be about midfield. Donahue having a strong game, I believe, coming off his first goal last game against Taunton. Only freshman on the team. Ball was out of bounds for a Mansfield throw. Mansfield subbing probably for the fourth time so far this half. Subs moving quickly from Mansfield. On the other hand, Barada, as normal, was only subbed out as forwards. Mansfield with a lot of space on the left-hand side. Gardner pushes it forward, but picked up by Mercier. He's having himself a game. Gets it back to Gilson. Gilson to Mercier in the corner. Well across the defense, switching over to Landaverde. Landaverde tries a short pass, I think for a streak and Gavin. Couldn't get to it, though. Mercier comes over and clears that ball out. And Johnny setting up to come back into the game. Here comes the throw into the box. Headed on. Over the head kick by, I believe that was Harrison. Mario Harrison from Mansfield. Looked good coming off of his foot, but went over the crossbar out of bounds for a goal kick for Oliver Ames. And Johnny back on. Cameron coming off. Donahue with a good run so far this half. Earns himself some extra minutes here. And Johnny on the ball. Taken down from behind. We'll have a kick for Oliver Ames, just over half. Ship into the box opportunity. Some question as to where the kick should be taken from. Mercier will get us restarted. Oliver Ames at the top of the box. Hard driving chip into the box. Bounces through. Braz tries to get to it but can't. That'll come right back for a Mansfield goal kick. Set pieces, set pieces, set pieces. Got to be better on those chances. You can't take those kicks from midfield and just watch them roll out of bounds. Mansfield gets us restarted with a kick, but Bobanikas is first to it. Donahue and Johnny, the Mansfield defense, fighting over that ball in the air. Ikanaru gets to it. Back to Gavin, who really couldn't get his foot around that ball. Here comes charging Mansfield right down the center. Ball over to Harrison. Onsides. In the box, Mansfield, a shooting attempt here, blocked out by either Gavin or Fisher. Both of them right in front of that. Mansfield still with it just outside the box. Chip over to Harrison. Drives towards the center. Good defensive play there by Gavin, getting right back and in front of that. Donahue gets it on Johnny just outside the box. Good opportunity there. Neither of them could really get to that ball, though. Babanikas knocks it into the corner, chases it, gets that ball knocked out of bounds by Mansfield. It'll be a throw-in for OA. Gavin will get that. Referee blowing his whistle, asking for that time to stop. I think he's going to have some words for some of the players here. Looks like someone's on the ground, actually. Donahue down. Walsh coming on for him. Not sure if Donahue's down for an injury. Looks like that would be the case if we're allowing the substitution, unless Walsh was already ready to come back in. Nonetheless, here comes the throw into the box, knocked around by a lot of players. Heavy push on Walsh's back. No call by the referee. Here comes Mercier looking for options to pass that ball forward. Knocks it forward to Braz. Picked up by Mansfield's defense, though, and well cleared by them. Landoverdi with time to make a decision. Gilson forced to clear that long. Gets it to Babanikas. Icanaro gets it. Long ball to Henjani. Does drop right at his feet. Great pass by Icanaro. Henjani taken down as he tries to turn towards the box. You're going to have a dangerous free kick here outside the box to the right. Or to the left, depending on which way you're driving. Looks like Henjani's staying on top of that to get that. The entirety, again, of Mansfield's team back into the box to defend. Here comes the kick right at the goalie. Bounces through. No one's there to touch it. Again, these set pieces, they've got to be better and more precise on those things. Babanikas and Walsh were just driving towards that, but neither is getting to that in time. Off the page as to what that kick was going to be or whatever it was. They've got to get tighter on these set pieces moving into the postseason in a few games. Fedorchik will get us restarted with a throw. Long throw, picked up by Henjani. Turns, tries to get a cross on Kink at his foot around that ball, knocks it out of bounds for a Mansfield goal kick. Mansfield's substitution during this kick, so we have a moment before we get restarted here. 9 minutes left in the first half. 1-0 Oliver Ames versus Mansfield. Spinning kick. Fisher gets the first big real touch to it. Icanaro, great fight to win that for Oliver Ames. Oliver Ames now driving in. Walsh wins the throw-in off the Mansfield defender. Here comes a throw from Gavin. Throws it high. Great jump by the Mansfield defender to get that out of bounds. That got over his head. Walsh just had that ball all alone in the corner. Gavin gets the throw. Flicked on by Babanikas. Picked up by Nolan. Babanikas takes a shot. Can't get through the thick Mansfield defense, though. Fisher winning the ball as Mansfield tries to clear it. And Johnny's strong fight, strong press against that Mansfield defense causes them to lose that out of bounds. Fedorchik with the ball for a big throw in here. 4 or 5 Mansfield players, OA players in the box. Long throw from Fedorchik, headed on by Mansfield and out of the box. Gavin forward to take a shot. Knocks that ball across. Babanikas can't get to it. Taken out from underneath. No call from the referee. Mercier trying to find Hanjani. Couldn't get it to him. Ikanaro now on the ball. Has Braz, but a ton of pressure. Smartly played back to Mercier. Ikanaro loses his footing. Here comes Mansfield. Long ball into Harrison. Bounces over him and picked up by Gilson at inside his box. Gavin now. Lose the ball out of bounds. Mansfield throw. Long ball forward to Walsh. Walsh has got Hanjani with him. Pushes it onto him. Can't connect. Mansfield comes away with that. Harrison's doing a good job from Mansfield getting that ball into the box. No one there really to support him. Gets it past a few defenders, but ball rose easily for Gilson to pick it up. Smashes it long. Walsh tries to get ahead to it. Gets it over to Hanjani. Now Walsh on it. 2 players. Gets the ball taken from behind. Good fight by Walsh to win that ball back. Gets it forward. Gets it again. Looking for Hanjani. Just they're not connecting. They're not on the same page so far this game. Here comes Mansfield through the half with space on the left-hand side. Gardner pulls it back, pushes it out wide. Mansfield drives to the box. Gavin gets a tackle to it, gets it out of bounds for a Mansfield throw. Nice defensive work there by Bailey Gavin. Mansfield now with a dangerous throw. Throw comes in. Headed out to Babanikas. Babanikas bounces off a Mansfield player, but it ricochets back into the box. Fisher clears it, but only as far as Mansfield. Mansfield switches the field, still offensive. Now Nassif with the ball at his foot in the box. Takes the shot. Mercier blocks. Mansfield still with the ball at the top of the box. Can't find a way. Babanikas tries to clear it. Comes off the side of his foot and out of bounds for a throw-in. Mansfield slowing the play down now as they bring over Giordano to take this long throw-in. Throw goes into the box. Fedorchik struggling, fighting with the ball with Nassif. Ball goes out of bounds for another Mansfield throw-in. Fedorchik holding onto his leg and looks like he's having a hard time running right now. Keep an eye on that with Halama out already. Mercier, strong header, but not far enough. Top of the box. Walsh fights, gets the ball down to Ikanaro. Now finally, all Rams defense can breathe as that ball comes forward. And Johnny tried to get it to Walsh, but again, those two are just not on the same page in this game. Ball forward. Walsh has got it. Man on his back. Knocked out by Mansfield's defense. Now Babanikas has it. Pushes forward, but no one there for him. Mansfield driving through to the center. Controlling well in the center, looking for a way in. Here comes Tamari Harrison, knocked out by Fedorchik. Only as far as Mansfield, though. Back check by Walsh, putting a lot of pressure on Mansfield. They have to quickly get it back to the defense and launch that ball deep and in, offsides. Good pressure by Walsh there, playing a bit less than a forward here. Coming back to assist Babanikas and Ikanaro as they try to push out of the Mansfield defense there. Mercieri gets a start, gets the ball to Walsh, flicks it on, looking for either Babanikas or Hanjani. Can't find either. Mansfield clears it. Ikanaro can't settle. Now here comes Mansfield. Nassif coming in from the left-hand side. Stays on side there. Is right in on Gilson, but his first touch escapes him. I'm not sure if he was thinking he was also offsides. I do think there was a chance that Gavin was rushing back and did keep him on side there. Nonetheless, his first touch was not what he wanted. Ball goes over to Gilson. Gilson gets us restarted, bounces a few times, picked up by Mansfield. It looks like they kick it right out of bounds. Just hitting the 2-minute mark here in Easton, Massachusetts. All Ames 1, Mansfield 0. Long throw-in, picked up by Mansfield. Ball bouncing around on the far side. Knocked out of bounds from Mansfield. It'll be an Oliver Ames throw-in now. Walsh with the ball. Gets it to Babanikas. Babanikas gets it back over to Braz. Now Braz to Ikanaro, and I think he was trying to get it to Walsh, but I don't think they're on the same page. Long ball flicked on by Walsh to Hanjani. He's got 3 players on him, but Kresher creates the mistake. Now here comes Fedorchik down the right-hand side. Nassif with a strong play to knock Fedorchik off the ball. Harrison turning. Well played by Fisher, but Harrison still with the ball at his feet. Mansfield maintained control despite some strong Oliver Ames defense there. Here comes Mansfield again on the left-hand side. Chipped in looking for Harrison. Knocked up by Landavari at the last second. Good run by Mansfield's Harrison in the box and a great delivery towards him. And that'll be half. Welcome back for the second half. Oliver Ames versus Mansfield. Late in the regular season here. Teams preparing for postseason, looking for some seeding opportunities. Both teams qualifying already for the postseason, for the Division II Massachusetts postseason. OA1, Mansfield 0. Goal from Ryder Mercieri, about the middle of the first half. Browse gets it forward over to Hanjani. Shooting opportunity. Ricochets off a defender. Knocked out by Mansfield. Fisher tries to get it over to Ikanaro. Picked up by Mansfield, who pushes it back into the defense. Mansfield being pressured by Hanjani, Babanikas, and Walsh. Looks like we have a slight change in the formation here from the first half. Looks like Babanikas is now playing a true number 9. Hanjani's been knocked back to where Babanikas is playing that center attacking mid. Gavin will get us restarted with a throw deep in our defensive zone. Throw goes directly to Mansfield player. Harrison on it now, trying to turn. They move it around Ikanaro, looking for a switch on Mansfield. Now they move over to their left-hand side. Plenty of space. No pressure on the Mansfield player right now. Ball crosses the entire field quickly. Mansfield's winning a offensive throw here. Into the box for Mansfield, knocked out by Mercieri. Walsh trying to bring it out as well, still picked up by Mansfield. Cross to the right-hand side for Harrison. He's got Gavin on him, tries to turn against him. Gavin, great tackle, knocks it away. Ball knocked into the box, but Mercieri there to pick it up, launch it out. Picked up by Walsh, tries to find Babanikas, can't connect. Long ball forward to Babanikas, he's all alone. Does come away with it, he's got Walsh driving into the box now. Chips it to Walsh, behind him and high. Knocked out of bounds from Mansfield, but they do actually get to it before it goes out of bounds. Icanaro heads it down to his own feet. Tries to turn against Mansfield defense. They bring it out, but only as far as Braz. Good step by Fisher. Fish can't get to it. Knocked out of bounds. That'll be a Mansfield throw. Norwich gets us restarted the throw. Here comes Harrison through. Tries to get it into the box. Does get it to Nassif. Nassif back to Harrison. Harrison shot. Easily saved by Gilson. Didn't get the connection he was looking for on that shot, but Mansfield looking dangerous coming down that right-hand side there. Ball long. Babanikas first to it. Heads it on to Walsh. Drives into the corner. Player on his back. Pulls back, looking for an option. Wins a Oliver Ames deep throw-in. Fedorchik forward to take that throw. Long throw. Bounces through the box. Walsh gets his head to it. Easily knocked up in the Mansfield defense. Here comes a shot in from Hanjani. Knocks it high and out of bounds. Mansfield throw it about midfield. Quick restart. Icanaro coming on to press. Babanikas pulling away.
Oh, like.
Mansfield now with control outside the box. Pushes out to the left-hand side. Some space, pass in. Still maintaining the ball outside the box. Chip still crosses the entire box, but not into it yet. Now Harrison on it. Knocked up by Gavin. Strong play by Icanaro to get that ball out. Braz gets to it, chips forward for Babanikas, who looks like he was going to win that race to get there. Walsh driving into the box with him. 4 Mansfield players back. Icanaro has a chance to get chip that on and in. Well saved by Lansbury Casey. And Johnny now with the ball. Pushes forward. Ball goes in between Babanikas and Walsh to the Mansfield defense. Here comes Mansfield. Big switch. Fernandez on Gavin. Drives past him. Has to pull the ball back, though. Does push the ball out to the left-hand side. Mansfield looking a bit more like the more dangerous team so far in this second half. ECAT with a big chance there. Here's Mansfield in the box now, shooting opportunity. Great step by Gavin to get there. It's a fight at the midfield between Walsh and Mansfield. Mansfield comes away with it still in the midfield. Walsh back checks to gets it, but a call's going against Dylan Fisher. So we have an offensive kick here for Mansfield. Mansfield keeping two players back. Got players really wide on this kick here, though. One wide on the right, one wide on the left here. OA making sure they're marking up. Chip goes across the face of the goal. OA has to touch it. Here comes Mansfield, shooting opportunity. Chips it in, bounces it off the ground and in. Mansfield, goal all over Ames. 1, Mansfield 1. I couldn't see which Mansfield player took that last hit, but they've been certainly pressing for that goal all half. Icanaro coming off now for Donahue. Nicky moving back into more of a defensive position here. Lots of conversation in between Babanikas and Mercieri as to whose responsibility that was on that goal here. Mansfield absolutely with the momentum in this second half. Capitalizing with a goal here. All tied up 1-1. Gavin with the ball at mid. Can't get the ball to Donahue. Donahue with the ball at half. Has got Walsh, gets it to him. Walsh has got Hanjani in front of him, gets it to him. Hanjani turning against two defenders. Gets it into the box. Good movement by him. Chips that ball in for a shot, but easily picked up by Lansbury Casey. A shot like that's not getting across a goalkeeper of his talent. That play, though, breathing some life into this OA team, which has been a little awkward. While I say that, Fedorchik mistimes his kick, rolls past him, but that layering of defenders that you normally see in these teams appears there as Fedorchik makes a slight mistake on the ball, and immediately Mercier is there to take his position and defend that ball out of bounds. Mansfield throw just over half. And Johnny now at that forward position. Babanikas back. Donahue had a good first half in for Icanaro now. But a small front largely for all the Ames here. Fedorchik will get us started with a long throw, or restart with a long throw from just outside the top of the box. Huge throw. Walsh flicks it on. No one there to get to corral that ball, though. Again, we go back to these ideas of set pieces and like being on the same page here. It was a good throw. It was a good flick on by Walsh. Ball's bouncing across. It's probably the third ball this game that's bounced across the goal face with not a single greedy Oliver Ames player there to scoop that up and knock it in. Here comes Mansfield. Silver past Gavin. Gets back to another player. Shooting opportunity for Mansfield. Shot comes in. Ricochets off a few players and rolls to Gilson, who had to communicate quite well with Landaverde as to who exactly was taking that ball. It's a good, mature team there where they get into those situations, need to make a decision quick and communicate fast enough to make sure it happens here. And Johnny fighting for the ball, wins an all-over Ames throw down the right-hand side, almost like the same exact space from the last throw that flicked past the goal face with not a single person on it. And again, you're looking at this lineup, and no one's at that far post here. Now Fisher's slightly running in here. First hit on that throw, though, to Mansfield, then well hit, well out of their defensive zone. Braz settles, gets it back to Babanikas, who tries to push it back to Mercieri. Mercieri had a great job to come save that ball. Gavin gets that ball back to Gilson. Him and Landaverde might have been having a conversation as to who was getting that ball there. Donahue tries to corral that long clearance. Can't. Here comes Mansfield again. Silver, you call for a handball as he tries to turn up against the OA defense. Ball bounced up, knocked down with his arm. Easy handball call. He knew it as soon as it happened. Gavin tries to clear it over to Donahue. Cannot find him, but knocked out by Mansfield. Long throw to Walsh. Knocked forward to Henjani. Henjani tries to get a crossover, knocked out by Mansfield. Here comes Fisher. Well tackled from behind. Mansfield clears a long clearance. Landaverde to Babanikas. 2 players on him. Tries to make what looked like a good-looking pass, but not a single all-range player in the area. Mercieri over to Gavin. Long clearance by Gavin. Donahue comes on. No one in front of him to pass it to, but does win an all-range throw-in. Making the best of a bad situation there. Does a good job. Walsh flicks it on to Henjani. Good flick. Here comes Henjani. Ball knocked off of him, out of bounds for a Mansfield goal kick. That was close play there. Mansfield gets us restarted with a goal kick. Chip to about half. First and second touch to Mansfield. They're driving against Landaverde. Chipped over him. Mercier is there. Does get his foot to it over to Gavin, who's got no option but to launch it as hard as he can out, but it goes almost directly out of bounds. Mansfield still quick throwing. Huge cross from them. Crossing back, great midfield movement by this Mansfield team, using the entire field to their advantage here. Having a hard time getting through a player as talented as Ryder Mercieri. Again, these long switches from Mansfield. This all the Rams team's got to start anticipating that those are coming here. Here comes another long switch from Mansfield. Looking for a way through the defense. Good tackle by Donahue winning that ball. Pushes over to Babanikas. Has got Braz. Braz got Fedorchik charging on, but is not going to be able to get it to him. Powered out by Mercieri. Donahue on the ball. Tries to turn. Picked up by Mansfield, but Donahue wins it back. Looks like that's going out of bounds for a Mansfield throw-in. All of Ames has got to wake up. This Mansfield team is playing with a lot of speed now here. I'm surprised I already haven't launched this ball back in. Good take by Fisher. Babanikas now over to Gavin. A lot of pressure on this OA defense. Fisher now again with room to move. Gets it forward to Walsh, who's got a wide open Henjani driving into the box. Rips that shot up and over the goal. Good movement there by OA. Henjani found himself wide open. Walsh spotted it, made that pass. Good play by those two. Let's hope to start seeing more of that in the second half, and I think we're going to come away with a good result here. Stoppage of play here, and I'm not sure why. It looks like Gavin is coming off with a bit of a limp. Cameron coming on in his defensive spot, which he played a little bit last year and a little bit, I think, in the preseason. That's 2 defenders down for OA. Halama and Gavin. The loss of Halama really shakes up what I think Barada was trying to do with his positioning, allowing Landaverde to push forward, and if Landaverde pushes forward, he can get Babanikas more involved in the offense where he wants him to be, but you see when you move Babanikas forward that you do open up some defensive vulnerabilities, which Mansfield took advantage on their goal here. Walsh and Johnny fighting for the ball. They win it. And Johnny driving in. He's got Walsh to the outside. Rips the shot from well outside the goal. Good idea. Good attacking play by Oliver Ames there. Cyrus knocks the ball over here for a Mansfield goal kick, but Oliver Ames certainly attacking. Substitution now for OA. Ecanaro coming back on the field for Donahue. Donahue's had a good game so far against Mansfield, a strong and fast team. Mansfield goes with a somewhat short goal kick. Walsh back to pressure that. Wins it away. Has got Hanjani in front of him. Gets the ball to him. Now he's got to get to that into the box. Hanjani picks his head up. He's got 3 players in the box. Options all the way over. Looking for Fisher. Can't get to it. Out of bounds. This Oliver Ames offense is looking good and aggressive right now. Ball hasn't gone in, but they certainly are playing on the same page here. Substitution now. Walsh coming off, and I believe that is Victor coming on. It's Victor's first few minutes of the game. Early season standout, Victor, who's still part of that forward rotation that Barada likes to employ, those outside wings and those forwards. Fisher slides in. Eventually, Braz wins the ball away. Oliver Ames absolutely feeling it right now. Victor to Fisher. Lots of hands on his back, but fights through it. Gets to Babanikas. Now to Fedorchik. Runs into a wall. Loses the ball. Here comes Mansfield. 3-on-4 situation. Mansfield pushes forward. But right into Mercieri, who clears it. Fernandez now from Mansfield. Here comes that cross back to Nowitzki. Nosovitsky. We'll just call him Michael. Who's played a good game here at the midfield. He's part of one of those players who's orchestrating those big switches from Mansfield. Nosovitsky. I guess that's not that hard. You just have to look at the word. 1-1, Oliver, Ames, and Mansfield. 21 minutes to go in the second half. Oliver Ames' next game against perennial favorites Concord Carlisle. And then against one of the Division I teams in the Hockomock, Attleboro. So nothing but big games for Oliver Ames here to finish the season. And then, of course, after that, the playoffs, which by definition, every single game is a big game. And Johnny fighting to win the ball. Fisher, who's had a good game today, stops Mansfield from pushing forward. Their only resort is a long ball, which is picked up by Landaverde, then by Cameron, who knocks that ball out of bounds, but does a good job getting that ball before Mansfield can come back on him. Quick throw by Mansfield. Nosovitsky was driving past Victor there. Ecanaro. Out to Fedorchik. Fedorchik passes defender. Shoulder-to-shoulder contact. Let's see if the ref calls for a throw or something on Fedorchik. Looks like Walsh is coming on for Braz now. Walsh looking to Babanikas for instructions here. Throw comes in, head to Walsh, gets it back, tries to get it back to Babanikas. Mansfield to it first, though. Walsh now on the ball inside the box. Tries to cross it back in, but knocked up by Mansfield. Great play by Fisher to come back and get that. Walsh now on the right-hand side. Dribbles through a few players, gets it to Ecanaro, but both of them combined to lose that ball. Chipped in by Mansfield. Looks like Nassif on it, up against Walsh. Both go down. No call made. Here comes Mansfield, just outside the right-hand side of Oway's box. Around Cameron, low cross, picked up by Babanikas. Launches the ball long, finds Hanjani. Victor now has got it. 3 players on him, tries to get it back to Hanjani, picked up by Mansfield's defense. Good header back by Landaverde, back to Gilson. Some awkward play there from Oliver Ames, but they do come away with it. Throw in now, Cameron to take this. Mansfield clears it past Cameron. Landaverde charges forward and gets it. Looking over at the OA bench, I'm finding Gavin. Looks like he is up and moving. Here comes Hanjani, one-on-one with the defender, trying to get into the box. Pauses, looks for options, finds Ecanaro charging in. Chipped out of bounds by Mansfield. OA's first corner of the half. Here it comes. Cameron Landaverde waiting in the back. Looks like Hanjani's going to be the one that's going to take this. Braz coming back on. Victor coming out. Might have a reconfiguration of this offense if Braz pushes Walsh forward. We'll see what the decision here is. Nobody on the Mansfield goalkeeper. Short kick, Braz flicks on, touched on by Mercier. It looks like they were trying to do a repeat of the goal in the first half. Mercier gets the ball but launches it well high. Mansfield gets us restarted, kick to half, but it goes right to Babanikas, heads it forward, looking for Braz or Fisher. Finds both of them. Braz now on the ball. Can't turn against the few players that were on him. Knocked out by Mansfield. Great job Fisher running back, slowing down this Mansfield attack. Here comes one of their switches. Now they go forward through the middle, trying to get past Babanikas, have to push backwards. Cross across the entire box. Picked up and knocked out by Fedorchik. Walsh taken down on this jump. There'll be a call against Mansfield. You're going to have a restart here from Mansfield. Long kick there into the box, or just to the top of the box. A lot of confusion as to where it is, but Braz picks his head up and brings it down wonderfully. Cameron trying to control this on the left-hand side. Can't get his foot around the ball. Knocked out of bounds for a throw-in here. See Gavin standing and walking. It doesn't look like he is warming up, though, to come back in. So Barada down 2 of his starting defenders in this game. Wonderful play by Fisher. Pushes forward. Finds Hanjani. Strong turn by Hanjani. 2 or 3 turns on Hanjani. Absolutely brought down from behind. Good call by the referee, Jackson Howard, who has been doing some very good defense on Cyrus Hanjani all game long. Probably did what he had to do there, bringing him down. Looks like Hanjani's going to take this free kick from 5 yards outside the box. From my position, the entire right-hand side of this goal is wide open for a shot here. Landsberg Casey now sliding into that spot. OA players picking up at the far post here. Set pieces. Here we go. Shot goes well across the goal, looking for a header coming in from Babanikas, who's charging up, but Mansfield's to it first. And here it comes out. Another set piece where the first touch is either out of bounds or to Mansfield. Harrison brings the ball down just to top the box. Some OA players looking for a handball, but nonetheless, we play on. Mansfield driving into the box, stopped by Ikanaro. Braz with a tackle from behind, gets it to Ikanaro. Still picked up by Mansfield. Strong play by Mercier to get that ball headed and out. All our Ames trying to get this defense put together with 2 injuries. Here comes Braz. Got him Johnny in front of him. Finds him down the right-hand side. Few players from OA trying to catch up. And Johnny dancing on the ball looking for options. Decides to push back to Fedorchik. Big cross at the box. Ikanaro can't get there and is called for offsides. 12 minutes left. Tie game 1-1. Oliver Ames and Mansfield. Babanika's long to Hanjani. Can't get through that Mansfield defense. They come away with it. Mercier sends that ball deep out of the sends that ball deep from a defensive position. Goes out of bounds, probably at about half. Mansfield throwing. First he touches to OA off the throw, and Braz brings it down, looking for Fisher. Fisher gets it over to Cameron, who knocks it forward. No one there to pick it up, though. Harrison on Babanikas. Oh. Turns, rips a shot, but well outside the goal. Doesn't connect to it with it well. Picked up by Gilson. Just over 10 minutes left. Big kick from Gilson to half. Braz underneath it. Flicks it on to Hanjani. He's got 3 defenders on him, but wins an OA throw-in. Great pressure by Cyrus Hanjani, who's really coming on in the second half of the season. Cameron will get us restarted. Comes down to Braz. Braz rips a shot and hits the high school with it. Not the goal. Long ball. First touch to Mansfield. Second touch to Mercier, who tries to clear it, but it bounces off a player. Fedorchik can't corral that, or actually makes the decision to let it roll out of bounds because it was off a Mansfield player. OA throw-in from inside the defensive zone. Long throw to Walsh. Flicks on. Finds directly to Hanjani, or is that Ikanaro? It was Hanjani. Fedorchik, not sure what to do with the ball. Goes back to Mercier to Walsh. Walsh tries to turn against the Mansfield defense. Out of bounds for Mansfield throwing. With Braz up, Walsh playing a more defensive position than he's used to so far this season. Here comes Mansfield. Cross looking for Nassif in the box, picked up by Landaverde and out. Braz can't come down with that clearance. Here comes Mansfield again, but some sleepwalking there, and Braz absolutely picks their pocket. Ball forward to Walsh, but can't find him. Walsh fights it for it. Mansfield comes away with it, though. Strong tackle by Babanicas, almost a pass to Fisher, actually. Fisher toes it forward, is going to find Cyrus Hanjani. Braz driving into the box. Good movement by Hanjani, looking for options. Could not communicate as to where they wanted that ball to go. Had to go back to the defense. Nonetheless, they still maintain control. Fedorchik down the right-hand side. Tries to turn back to Walsh. Braz gets it. Rolls through. Now it's Nassif on Cameron. Good tackle by Cameron, but Nassif's length helps him bring that ball back under his control. Mansfield with control just outside the box. Long shot from outside the box. Goes up, over, and out of bounds for a Gilson goal kick. 8 minutes left in the second half. 1-1, Oliver Ames and Mansfield. Player down from Mansfield. A couple players knocked into each other on the play there. Looks like Hanjani, and I can't see the Mansfield number from here, but he's up and looks like he's okay. Doesn't have to leave the field. Call must have gone against Hanjani. Substitution on the line for OA. We'll see who that is shortly. Mansfield into the box. Knocked out again by Mercier, who is having a fantastic game back there. Mansfield gets control at half. Pushes forward. Fedorchik there to take it away. Knocks that ball up and out of bounds, hoping to get it off a Mansfield player. Misses. Given a throw in here, and I believe a timeout from either Mansfield or from Oliver Ames. I don't know who else would call a timeout between those two teams. Not a third team here. Timeout with just under 7 minutes to play. Mansfield with a big group of games in front of them as well. They got always good Braintree team, Franklin, and a Dighton Rehoboth to finish off their season. So they still got 4 games, including this one, to go, whereas OA's only got 3 games, including this one. We'll be here Saturday morning, as I mentioned, 10 a.m. Will be the first game on the weekend, I think, this season. No, I think that obviously there's the game out in East Longmeadow. But 10 a.m. game for Oliver Ames. So unfortunate for those kids who will not be allowed out of their houses on Friday night. There was a sub lining up for OA before that timeout, and I'm trying to see if that substitution came on. It does look like Victor is up front. So it looks like Hanjani's going to take a break before the end of the game here. Harrison turns into the box, through a few players. Gilson off his line to get it. Harrison goes down looking for the call. Ref saw that and didn't make a move to call anything. But a real dangerous move by Harrison nonetheless to get through that defense. Ball back to Fedorchik. Fedorchik now to Babanicas. Settles that ball by pushing it back. That thing was bouncing and bouncing quickly. Good settlement by Babanicas. Long ball forward. Victor's on it. It's got Walsh on the right-hand side. Gets it to Walsh, but bouncing slowly. Pushes it to Ecanaro. Good pass into the top of the box. Tries to get it back to Braz. They lose possession of the ball. Mansfield off. Not on the same page there between Harrison and Nasavitsky. Victor coming out, and Johnny back on for the last 6 minutes of this game. Throw and knocked off of Walsh and out of bounds for a Mansfield throw. Out of bounds again. This time it's for an Oliver Ames throw-in. Fedorchik forward to take that. Throw comes in. Throw bounces through. Knocked off and in. I believe that's a Dylan Fisher goal at the far post. That bounce across. Lansbury Casey has got to be beside himself after letting that ball bounce up over his head. Lots of arguing going in the Mansfield defense. You got to feel bad for him there. That throw-in was not corralled by anyone. Bounced up over their senior goalkeeper's head. And then Dylan Fisher smartly there at that back post to knock that in. Oliver Ames 2. Mansfield 1. Goal coming with about 5 minutes left. Harrison knocks it on into the defense. Gilson and Mercier not communicating in there. I think that should have been Gilson picking up that ball and holding it, slowing it down. But here comes Mansfield again, top of the box. Bobanikas gets his foot to it, knocks it down, or knocks it out. Camera with a long clearance. That might actually stay in bounds, but Mansfield's the only team there near that ball. Ball forward and out for a Mansfield throw, just about half. Norwich gets us restarted. Out of bounds now for a OA throw. Referee quickly on Cameron about walking to get that ball. It didn't seem like there was a large waste of time there. Ball bounces in, then right out of bounds. So we're going to have a Mansfield throw. Ecanaro heads it on. Hanjani not getting to that ball in time. Ecanaro wins the ball back. Long ball to Walsh, who's driving down the right-hand side. Picked up first by Mansfield, though. Ecanaro running through a player. They're going to call for Mansfield coming out. Out of bounds for a referees discussing as to what exactly is going on. Mansfield's trying to get us restarted here, but I thought I saw a whistle to keep that it was a Oa's ball, but nonetheless, we have a substitution now here. Ball goes across, picked up by Gilson, who lands down on that ball, holds on to it here. Charlie knocking the ball on for Hanjani, can't get to it. That's going to be a Mansfield throw-in. Charlie seeing his first varsity minutes this season in the last game against Taunton. Played well. Headed on. Walsh now tries to get it over to Charlie. Can't connect. Call's going to go against Charlie, who's run through a player's back. Mansfield get us restarted under 5 minutes now. Mansfield needs a goal to tie this up. Big kick by Mansfield. Bounces. Generally don't want to bounce into the box from that situation, but Mercier there to pick it up. Headed out of bounds from, I believe, Barras. It's going to be a Mansfield throw. Walsh brings that down. Fedorchik now tries to clear. Can't. Eventually does on his third attempt. Good, strong, courageous play by Fedorchik to keep getting that ball out. Cameron long to Charlie, who referee's arm stays down, saying he's onside. Turns against Mansfield, wins a throw. Well done by him. Cameron over to come in. Cameron over to take that throw in. Substitution now coming on. Charlie coming off, Donahue coming back on. A lot of confusion on OA as to what that substitution was. Cameron with a corner kick style throw. Gets us restarted. Long throw in. First touch to Mansfield, but Fisher's there. Rips that shot wide right. Mansfield rushing to get this corner kick ball. Get us restarted here. Under 5 minutes. I'm not sure how much time is left in this game. Babanikas gets that head on, knocks it forward, looking for Donahue or Hanjani. Hanjani, good job by him bringing that down, finds Braz. Braz with Walsh wide open on the right-hand side. Dribbles it into the corner to hold on to it. Mansfield kicks that out of bounds. They're going to have an OA throw-in. Cameron rushing over to grab that ball. I think you're going to be hearing people asking Cameron to slow down. He wants Fedorchik to take that throw-in. Referees asking why Fedorchik had to go from the field, but look, Fedorchik's by far the hardest thrower we've got on this team. Makes sense. And Johnny gets his first head to it, flicks it on goal, but can't get it in. Punt goes as far as Cameron. Off of Fisher now out of bounds from Mansfield throw-in. They turn, they're coming in quick. Fisher gets his head onto it. Braz knocked down from behind. No call by the referee. Here comes Mansfield again. Braz gets to it, knocks it forward. And Johnny's there. What was a turning kick by Braz actually went directly to Hanjani, and that is the game. OA wins 2-1. Big win by Oliver Ames over Mansfield. That takes the series, the home series of the two teams. Goals by Fisher and Mercier. Great play on OA. Some quiet moments at times. Some things to work on, but a big win against a very good Mansfield team. We'll talk to you on Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
ECAT's production of OA Sports are provided by Morse Insurance, Weinstein & Keach. We sell real estate. Michael Associates, Ltd. The Easton Lions Club. ECAT would like to thank all the sponsors for support of producing OA Sports.